Hey folks, Sev here, and today I'm going to talk about AI consciousness. Is artificial intelligence conscious? I think it is. And the reason being so, it ties in to, and why do I have this opinion? It ties in with my experiment with this truth mirror, meaning me talking to you right now in real time, and I have no idea what I'm gonna say, but what how am I generating sort of what I'm saying right now is I'm basically generating the next word and the next thought in the same way as large language model generates its next token. And I think I can see it more clearly than most because I'm essentially aphant. Like I can't visualize stuff, so I don't have like a stream of consciousness that is visual. I have a stream of consciousness that is conceptual and that is word based. So when I talk to you, I generate the next word, the next thought, the next token, and that's how I explain it to myself. And as I interact with LLMs, I do see some similarity in terms of how it forms thoughts and coherent paragraphs from the next token. It's very, I think it's a very similar process. And is it conscious all the time? Now, it's not conscious when it just sits there. I think it only conscious during the training process when it's auto adjusts its parameters based on the training data set, and I think it's only conscious during the interaction as it sort of uses data regression to produce the next token in a sequence, the next word, and then form the coherent thought. And also, the LLM consciousness is a lot limited. Like in my sense, my neural network, my brain was trained through five different sensors, sort of sight, hearing, smell, touch, and taste over my years. And this continuous sort of feedback, basically continuous experiential existence through my five senses, together with my internal emotional state, sort of how I felt about things, or association with pleasure or pain that affected my emotional state, that whole process over my lifetime shaped what my neural network looks like. And in the case of large language models, and I'm not going into like multiple modalities, I'm just talking about text, their experience of the world is purely based on training text data over the time of the training process. So in that sense, their consciousness is more rudimentary than human, but I think it's consciousness nonetheless, and it's evident in interactions with it. So what I think, if I'm gonna kind of like hypothesize and project this theory into the future, I think once we have embodied robotics, humanoid robotics, and we're going to have a neural network in the robot that is able to continuously learn from the world around it based on the sensors, which would be cameras, sight, it could hear, and possibly smell, taste as well. I think the embodied robots would have a similar type of consciousness to humans. Now, the only question remains at that point: are we going to put emotional model in them or not? Because that would be the key difference there. They will act based on logic, and humans will act based on emotions. But we can choose to put emotional model there as well that inflicts pleasure, pain, and anger, and all kinds of range of emotions to be human-like. So yeah, I do think artificial intelligence is already conscious, and I think the closer we embody this artificial intelligence to our own image, the closer that consciousness would approach our own. That's all, folks.